Today's Steelers Talk video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com. If you're looking for a pair of blue light glasses like these, maybe some sunglasses for the summer, GlassesUSA.com has you guys covered with an exclusive offer waiting down in the description box below. Welcome into Steelers Talk, Yinzers. My name is Jack Sperry, and on today's show, yes, once again, we are talking about Chase Young, as there are even more rumors that have come out since our last video, so we'll be covering those off the top of the show today. And then also, there are 4 more Steelers OTA winners that I want to break down with you guys. My promise to you is that I'm going to keep you guys informed on everything going on in OTAs, which guys are performing well, which guys are struggling. So today, make sure you like today's video before we get the party started. Really do appreciate all the real ones that click that thumbs up icon. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel. It tells the YouTube algorithm to push this video out to other Steelers fans like yourself and helps us grow the channel, so we really do appreciate it. Now let's jump right into today's action, where Chase Young is once again in the news, and the rumors are definitely intensifying here, all right? So, there's a rumor that went out the other day, a report came out that Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin are really pursuing Chase Young via trade. And I've talked about how on the show, I'm not the biggest fan of this potential idea. I don't think the Steelers need to make this kind of move. But then CBS Sports comes out with a list of their 7 top trade destinations for Chase Young, and they put the Steelers number 4 on their list. This article is written by Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports. This is what he had to say about potentially trading for the former number 2 overall pick. Mike Tomlin's defense would be just fine without him, and both TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith have entrenched themselves as homegrown studs off the edge. But since when is Tomlin not interested in exploring new toys on defense, especially when they have such elite traits? Continues to say here, fitting him into the 3-4 would take creativity, but as Pittsburgh leans on that side of the ball while growing Kenny Pickett, it makes sense. Well, here's the thing, Cody. It really doesn't make sense. It makes 0 sense, in my opinion. I'm going to be breaking down the reasons why I do not think that the Pittsburgh Steelers should trade for Chase Young here in just a second, including my number 1 reason why this is absolutely not the move to make for GM Omar Khan. But first, let's have a word from our sponsor at GlassesUSA.com. Quick question for you Steelers fans. Are you liking my new glasses? GlassesUSA.com has hooked me up with a brand new pair of Reveltune 2.0 blue light glasses to help me in front of my computer screen all day long. Using blue light glasses during screen time helps reduce eye strain, decrease headaches, improve your sleep, and even increase your productivity. If you didn't already know, GlassesUSA.com is one of the biggest eyewear retailers in the United States, offering thousands of eyeglasses and sunglasses from all of your favorite brands such as Ray-Ban, Gucci, Oakley, and more. What's best about GlassesUSA.com is that glasses start at just $39, which is up to 70% off their retail prices. If you love these frames, there is a crazy exclusive offer waiting just for my subscribers by clicking the links in the description box below. They've also got a super helpful AR virtual try-on tool to help find your right frames. Also, shopping online at the GlassesUSA.com website is a risk-free shopping experience with free shipping and returns and 100% money-back guarantee within 14 days. Want some sunglasses too? I also got these Otato Roland sunglasses from GlassesUSA.com. I'm going to be rocking these during Steelers game days this year. If you want a lucky pair of sunglasses for Steelers game days this year, you can get them at GlassesUSA.com. Get the exclusive discount only available to Steelers Talk viewers by clicking on the links in the comments and description box below. It's only available for 24 hours, so take advantage of it while you still can. Once again, thank you to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring today's video. So the biggest reason why I do not want the Steelers to trade for Chase Young is that if you trade for him, you're going to have to give up a high draft pick, and you're going to have to give this guy a new contract. Because if you're giving up a high draft pick to go trade for somebody, you're not going to let him walk in 2024 free agency, and then that creates questions about whether or not you're going to pay Alex Highsmith. And personally, I would really much rather pay Alex Highsmith than Chase Young at this point in their careers. Let's take a look at these two guys' stats over the last 2 seasons. And Alex Highsmith has been by far the better player. Now, yes, Chase Young has played in, about a third of the games as Highsmith has played in, right? The ACL tear really put a damper on Chase Young's 2021 and 2022 campaigns. but even when he was in the game, in 12 games, just a 1.5 sack in 12 games for Chase Young over the last 2 seasons, that is not good enough. Plain and simply, just 30 tackles and 3 tackles for loss, no freaking way. And then the Steelers have somebody in Alex Highsmith right now that is proven. 137 tackles, 27 tackles for loss, 20.5 sacks, including 14.5 just last season, and 6 forced fumbles. So right now, Alex Smith is definitely the more proven entity. You could maybe argue that Chase Young's upside is a little bit nicer, but we already know that the Steelers' defense with both TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith on the field is one of the best in the National Football League. So I don't know why some people are suggesting that the Steelers mess with that. And there's no way in hell I am sacrificing Alex Highsmith and a high draft pick for Chase Young. All right, it's just not going to happen. I don't think a trade is going to happen unless it's a really high draft pick, because the Commanders can absolutely just keep a hold of him and see how he does this year. So it's going to take probably a first-round pick in order to make this happen. Second rounder maybe, but I really do think it's probably going to be a first. And I'm definitely not going to prioritize Chase Young over somebody in Alex Highsmith that has really proven his worth to this organization over the last couple of years. And I would definitely use the money available to give him an extension over trading for another expensive player like Chase Young. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. How are you feeling about Chase Young versus Alex Highsmith and the debate going on between these two players? If you'd rather have Chase Young, you'd rather trade for him and pay him, type CY for Chase Young. Or if you'd rather go Alex Highsmith and keep him and give him the big extension, type AH down in the comment section. So now moving on to more of the OTA news portion of today's show, I'm going to be sharing some winners, more winners coming out of Steelers OTAs. I mean, it seems like twice a week we're coming out with more Steelers winners in OTAs, because this team is really looking like they could be something special in 2023. So now let's start with the wide receiver position here. A former loser on my losers list here, because Calvin Austin III is doing so well, but apparently Allen Robinson, the slot wide receiver here, is really splashing in practices here. Ike Taylor, member of the Steelers organization, longtime cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's saying that Allen Robinson is looking extremely impressive out there, working from the slot. He's getting open a ton. He and Kenny Pickett apparently have really great chemistry, and that's great news. And it's really a great problem to have here, because the Steelers have 4 really, really solid wide receivers, in my opinion, to work with right now. You got Deontay Johnson and George Pickens as pretty much your every down starters, and then you've got Allen Robinson as your big slot and Calvin Austin III as kind of the dynamic slot weapon there. And I think that that's a good problem to have. Now, somebody's going to get jibbed a little bit here and is going to get a little bit less playing time, because the Steelers are just not going to be in 4 wide receiver sets all the time. That's just the reality of the situation. But it's definitely nice to see that the Steelers have some depth here. And if there's an injury along this group, it's nice to know that they have the depth to still be really, really freaking good in 11 personnel moving into the season. So coming up here, I got 3 more OTA winners to share with you guys. But first, if you'd be so kind, if you made it this far in the video, that means we must be doing something right. So I really appreciate it if you click that sub button and join our family here at Steelers Talk. We have weekly live shows. We're gonna have watch parties for all 17 regular season games for your Pittsburgh Steelers this year, and of course we're gonna be having you covered with news and rumors surrounding OTAs. Mandatory mini camp is this week, and then of course training camp. We're gonna have you guys covered, and if there's ever breaking news, we also have videos for you guys here on the channel. So click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss any of our free content. Now, another winner here in Steelers OTAs is defensive tackle Breiden Fehoko. Now, for those of you that watched my Breiden Fehoko video, when the Steelers signed him, I wasn't a big fan of that move. I wanted maybe an A'Shawn Robinson or a Poona Ford to come in as the nose tackle. But apparently in practices, he is now leading the race to be the starting nose tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into the season. Now, when they originally drafted Keanu Benton, I thought he was probably going to get that role. And as OTAs and minicamp and training camp roll on, I still think there's a chance for the rookie to be that starting nose tackle week 1 of the NFL season, which is why I have him in that spot right now. But Breiden Fehoko is a veteran. He has played in this league. He knows what it takes to be semi-successful. Last year he wasn't very good, if I'm being completely honest, but it's nice to hear that he's performing well in practice and that he's leading the race to this point. Then we get to the secondary here with Damontae Kazee, one of my favorite players on this entire Steelers roster. He is an awesome locker room guy. He's very explosive. He had a couple interceptions to end out last season, which was very, very nice to see. And Damontae Kazee is getting the majority of the first team reps. Now, there was a little bit of a question mark. Would Keanu Neal and Damontae Kazee kind of split reps this year? It seems like the Steelers are going to be playing a lot of two high safety sets this year with Minkah Fitzpatrick and Damontae Kazee playing kind of deeper in the field, playing a lot of quarters coverage, a lot of cover 6 coverage, lots of rotating stuff as well. I think Mike Tomlin has a lot of stuff cooking on defense this year, and I think Damontae Kazee is going to be a big part of that. He has been a winner in OTA to this point. And then also, finally here, I'm going to add Dan Moore Jr. to this list because coming into camp, coming into OTAs, whatever you want to call it, he was not expected to really compete for a starting spot. It was kind of assumed that it would be Broderick Jones at left tackle week 1, then Chukwuma Okorafor at right tackle. But here's the thing. Moore Jr. has really impressed coaches. He's put on weight. He's looking good in practices. And there is a shot now that he could dethrone, I don't know if dethrone is really the right word there, but take over the right tackle spot from Chukwuma Okorafor, the longtime starter here for the team. Dan Moore, somebody that played left tackle last year, was the second lowest graded offensive lineman on the Steelers' offensive line last year. Only higher, the only person lower was Chukwuma Okorafor. So I think it'll be interesting to see who wins that right tackle spot. And right now, Dan Moore Jr., despite the fact that he's moving over from the left side to the right side, he's looking good, which is good news for Steelers fans. That's going to be it for today's Steelers Talk video, guys. I really do appreciate all the real ones that made it to the end. If you want more Steelers content from me, you can find me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry. And then also, big thanks to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for some blue light glasses, eyeglasses, or sunglasses for the summer, they got you covered. The exclusive promo link is down in the description for only the next 24 hours.